It is Friday, September 19th, 2025. 5x5. Hands on the wheel. It pulls a little bit to the right. At some point here, I'm going to have to get an alignment done. But again, you know, all the little idiosyncrasies, all the nuances, all the things that don't bother me, because I know what I'm dealing with, and if I know what I'm dealing with, I can play. I'm fine with it. The Silver Slipper. All right, this morning, I was dropping my daughter off to school, and she says, oh, look, a rainbow. So I looked over, and sure enough, a little bit of a rainbow. So finally, we might get a little bit of rain. Oh, Franny, my co-pilot's got to jump up here. Now, she can't get out the window because it's up. She's upset. She likes to hang out the window. Ears flopping back. Slobber flying out the side of her mouth. Man, oh, man. So, yeah, the rainbow is a good sign. Nice little rainbow today. Chances for rain, a little bit over the weekend. We're dry. We need some rain. So anyway, 2 weeks from today, 2 weeks, deuce. 2 weeks, we have the second Westwood meetup on October 3rd in Metamora, M-E-T-A-M-O-R-E. Go Metamora. And again, I think it's homecoming, so it's going to be busy, going to be packed. A lot of people. Should be fun. A lot of action on the square. It's a nice little bar. Hanover's in Metamora. I put the information on my website. You go to clintwestwood.net, click the big link at the top where it says Happy Hour Roadshow. You can be there live for a happy hour, a live happy hour. It's always live, but I mean in person, to see the lovely Litecoin Lisa and, you know, me. I'll be there. It's close, you know, so no big deal. Don't have to drive too far. Not that I'm against that, but, you know, stages of your life to where you can travel, and then other stages you're not able to travel as much. I'm in one of those non-traveling stages, which is fine. I'm good with that. It's just that I'll have to bring the people to me. So that's why we have an event close. Check it out. October 3rd. Get there. Free. I mean, they have food. I mean, I posted the Facebook link out there on my website, so you can go to the you know, the bar Hanover's website. I have a hard time doing that because every time somebody sends me a freaking Facebook or Instagram link, I click on it. Do you want to log in? No, because I don't have an account. Can't do it. And it's a real pain. And it's like this trapped ecosystem, this internet ghetto that they set up, and they have their own little tools and everything. They want to keep you locked in there, and any outsiders, I don't know, you let the outsiders inside the walls, might be a witch or a warlock. So yeah, it's annoying. I mean, it really is. Just put it on a website so that everybody can see, you know, the World Wide Web, www. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I like that. That's why my website's on clintwestwood.net. You can go to it instead of having a frickin' link inside of an internet ghetto like Facebook. It's really annoying. I get it. They give you all the tools, make it easy, set up your little storefront and homepage and the feed. Everything's built in, but at what cost? You know, mass surveillance. You look at the history of some of these companies and where they come from, and it's always, well, we started it in my dad's garage. Okay, your dad's garage. That's where it was started. Okay, who was your father? Oh, he was the head of Planned Parenthood? I'm not talking about that in particular. Microsoft. Margaret Sanger. What was she all about? No mail. No mail. Check things out here. Looking decent. All right, so yeah, we got our meetup. I know, I'm distracted, just like this dog. We have our meetup coming up. Synchronicities have been happening in my life, seeing things. You know, I was reading something today, and television news program in the background talking about at the exact moment, and you probably had this happen to you, at the exact moment you see a word that you're reading, someone says it. All right, yeah, birds. Get all excited. Bird. There you go. So at the exact moment I was reading something and saw the word, somebody said it. It was AI, it happened to be. So I'm thinking, okay, what about AI today do I need to pay attention to? Trying to pay attention to the signs that are there in the universe, because it's guiding you, guiding me today, guiding all of us today. So saw that AI, rainbows, saw a rainbow, saw some birds. Pay attention to those signs, very important. A lot of things that you might not think make sense, but they do make sense. I love the movie Signs. It's made me think of it. Signs with Mel Gibson. Man, I think that was like 2000, 2001, early 2000s. Really good movie. Mel Gibson's a minister. He kind of loses his faith because his wife dies, and it seems like it's just this random, unfair occurrence. You know, she's out walking or maybe running, and same path every day, takes the same route every day, and just this one time, it just so happened that everything came into place, and the person who hit her, she got hit, you know, by a truck, and the person who did it, you kind of find out through the movie, it's like, I mean, never before had this happened to me. I just happened to doze off. You know, it never happened. And, you know, it just happened to be at that exact second where she was right there on the road, and everything came together, this culmination and sequence of events that if one thing had been different, if it had turned out differently just for a split second, one thing, that whole thing wouldn't have happened. And then what that ends up leading to as it unfolds throughout the story is, in the movie, is that a lot of other things happen, bigger picture things happen, and that one small event and the things that happened, you know, I don't want to give it all away, but what happened to her and the words that she uttered to her husband came back to him later, and he realized, he had this moment of clarity, you know, which I gotta have a moment of clarity here. We got some road work, I don't want to hit anybody, but he had this moment of clarity where, I gotta be careful here, mowing grass, this moment of clarity that it all made sense. Everything she said, everything that was, or Sean, everything that happened, it culminated, it came together in a synthesis to where he understood, oh my gosh, this is why this happened. And in fact, oh my God, because it helped bring him back to God and the power of the universe. And I mean, one of the things in that is that there are no coincidences. And he, you know, that's one of the famous lines. He says, there are no coincidences. And it turns out in that storyline, there are no coincidences. Everything happened for a reason, but you didn't see it. Your scope of reality was so minute and so narrow that you saw pain and tragedy and loss, and you thought, why is God doing this to me? This is not fair. All I've done is serve him. All I have done is try to help other people my entire life. I've devoted my entire life to this. I'm a pastor, I'm a man of God. And then he realizes, wow, we're all instruments in a bigger plan. I mean, there is a reason for everything. And not until things were revealed hang on. I gotta watch out here. I'll get hit, sorry. Not until things were revealed later in the movie. I'll tell you, there are signs everywhere. I gotta be careful here. Tractors, mowing ditches, traverse driving by. I just need to get parked. Get me to the Westwood Sanctuary. Thuran, do you know what I'm talking about? All right, let's park this beast. This silver slipper is gonna go back on the shoe rack. All right, wow. I just love this hat. Put the hat on. I believe. Paulie P. All right, so yeah, everything happens for a reason. Now I'm fluffed up. Everything happens for a reason. There are no coincidences. I mean, there are no accidents in the universe. There really aren't anything. And if you watch that movie, you know, and it's a movie, I get it, you know, it's fictionalized, but it's M. Night Shyamalan. I like a lot of his movies. You know, I See Dead People, that kind of thing. The Sixth Sense. Isn't that what it's called? Bruce Willis. That's a sad story. But I like the way his mind works because it's at a deeper spiritual level. It's a more eternal level, to where you think you're here just living out your life, playing a role, doing the same thing, and a lot of times you're not even actively engaging in that role. You are just what would be a non-participating character, an NPC. You are, there's your acronym for the day, NPC. And it's not a broadcast network. It is a non-participating character, someone who just is kind of in the background, you know, like extras in a set. You're just, and so many people are like that. They don't give thought to the inner workings and the bigger workings in the universe and how things really fit together, because they do. And this movie illustrates that. And so there's truth with a capital T, truth in that movie. There are no coincidences. There are no accidents. Everything happens for a reason. And you can go back and second guess and say, oh, I wish I would have, you know, done this. And then this accident wouldn't have happened. You ever see the movie Final Destination? You try to avoid it and it still happens. No matter what you do. There's a reason. Now you can change it, I think, and alter it. But ultimately, I think we are here to learn lessons. I think we are here to really polish off the soul. And that's what we're here for our experiences to fine tune who we are. I mean, this is a you know, what would you call it? Not a game, but a place where the souls come, the spirit comes to experience, to fine-tune who you are and elevate and rise and ascend. I mean, that soul ascension, and whatever you want to call it, you're going to hit nirvana. You're going to hit a state of all-knowing, and you know, learn that soul lesson to take with you. And this is, what better way to do it than experiencing the emotions and the pain and the love, the joy, all of the gamut of emotions that you get to experience as a human being. I mean, imagine that. I mean, you got dark souls that try and, you know, get into people, you know, and take them over and possess them. Why? Why do they want to do that? Why, you know, in biblical literature, do you have Lucifer, Satan, whatever you want to call him, the devil, defiant to God, jealous of God, and you know, hating his creation, humanity, and wanting to defile it, and wanting to destroy it, and wanting to inhabit it and turn it? Why is that? Because I think we have free will. We have the choice to do whatever we want and learn and experience. And if you're in a spiritual form, you don't get to experience those things. I mean, you don't get to go through the pain and the anguish and the range of emotions that teach you, that help you to understand better. And I 100% believe that's where we're at. I mean, we're here at a testing ground to go through those emotions at a very visceral, very engaged level that impacts our spirit. And we carry that with us wherever we go. His energy never dies, and we are energy. I mean, look at the heart, an electrical generator. And the heart is so important. It puts out frequencies. And so if you're not having a good day, you can feel it in your heart. I'm much more in tune with it. I can feel it. I can feel my heart rate go up. It's probably because I, you know, shed a lot of pounds, you know, and not going through all this insulation. But I can really, I'm more tuned into my heart and what it does as a physical thing, but also why it's doing it and when it's doing it. It's like it's being tuned all the time. And if I eat something, I can, oh man, you know, my heart rate goes up because I'm like, that's not good for my body. I shouldn't be eating that. But if I'm at peace, it's, you know, I can feel a different resonance. I don't know. It's kind of strange, but it's really been happening more and more lately where I'm much more in tune with it. And that's our instrument. That's our frequency modulator. When that thing hits 88 beats per minute, look out. Where are we going? But yeah, the heart is a very important component of us. And it is that frequency that we're able to generate and put out and connect with other people on this, in this realm, this existence. So yeah, you know, the signs, I'm way off on tangents. Let me share a little story or a little theory that I have. I talked to the lovely Litecoin Lisa about this in the past, and she's brought it up. You know, when you're going through a traumatic event, here I am, waves of emotion. Gosh darn it. I'm telling you, I'm just like in the universe here. Man, they hit me. So I had this conversation and said that no matter how much pain you're going through, no matter how much suffering and how unfair it may seem and how just not right that it is, there's a reason for it. Because you need to be able to experience certain things to fine-tune that soul, who you are. Who you are is not all this, it's what's in here, you know? There's a spark of light that's created when two cells come together and become you. I mean, what is that? A flash of light. I mean, how do you explain that? This is electrical poof when you're created. You know, when you got the sperm hits the egg cell and poof, there's a spark of light. What is that? It's you, your light being, your spirit. And where did that come from? Did it just magically create? I mean, what is that? Don't know, but it's there. You are that, and you become that, and you return to that. That light. It's the light, always the light. The lighthouse, calling the wandering boats. All the analogies of Litecoin. There's a reason why I resonate with certain things. Do I know why? I'm understanding why. I just know. And I've always felt that way. I just know. Why do you like somebody? I just know. Why do you not like somebody? I just know. I mean, it's a frequency. I just know. And unpacking that is part of the process of learning and sculpting, fine-tuning that soul, you know, and it is. I mean, there's that knowing is there. It's just, okay, trying to delineate, and I'm not a details guy. I told you I'm a big picture guy. I'm a forest for the trees guy. I mean, so it's difficult for me, and maybe that's part of my lesson that I need to learn, you know, fine-tune and tweak. It's kind of like this car. Runs pretty well. It's not fine-tuned, though, but it's good enough. Well, let's see how good we can get it. All right, so basically back to the story. The cosmic bus stop. That's what I call it. I'm not sure how else to describe it. Where you have a bunch of souls getting together between lives, between experiences, between existences, and we're sitting up in a cosmic bus stop having a discussion, maybe drinking some cosmic coffee. And all these souls that resonate together are talking, and we're communicating. And hey, you know, this was my past experience. I really learned a lot because, you know, I went through this experience. I went through this experience. And then maybe at some point, you know, it's like, I got to work on forgiveness. You know, I need to work on forgiveness. So, interesting. I get a text message here. Definitely need to work on forgiveness there. So, I need to work on forgiveness. And so you're sitting at the cosmic bus stop, and it's like, you know, okay, well, one of the other souls, you know, that you've been through journeys with in different lives, maybe been a spouse, maybe been a sister, maybe been a brother, you know, maybe been a pet. I don't know about pets, but maybe, you know, experienced a different role in a different existence to fulfill the needs that you need as a spirit to grow. And so the person says, okay, I'll teach you forgiveness. I love you so much that I'm willing to volunteer to be that person on earth that teaches you forgiveness. And they volunteer to do something so horrible, you know, in our eyes. Like, for instance, I need to learn to forgive. So my friend says, I'll teach you to forgive. I'll play the role of this, and you play the role of this. So I go down to earth, and I have a child. Love the child, you know, as you love all your children. And that child gets hit innocently, doing nothing, maybe playing in the street, you know, having fun. No, that's not a good thing. Or playing on a curb, you know, whatever. They get hit by a drunk driver and killed, and the drunk driver survives. And you have to learn to forgive that person. They've taken away everything you ever had, and you need to learn to forgive them. How are you going to do that? That's probably the most horrible thing that could happen to you. The loss of a child and a needless loss. But is it a needless loss? Maybe that child volunteered to help you forgive too. And when they came down, their soul, they made the agreement. Hey, I'll help you forgive too. I'm your child in this life. And the father has to forgive that drunk driver. How does he do it? How do you do it? And then if you find a way to do it, you've learned and fine-tuned that soul. So your friend that was sitting there at the cosmic bus stop was the drunk driver. They chose to take that active role to come down because they loved you so much and wanted to help you so much that they were willing to do one of the most horrible things to help you learn your lesson that you needed and wanted to learn. So you don't know. The point is, you don't know how all this stuff plays out. And that's why I say everybody who comes into your life is there for a reason. You may think it's bad, you may think it's wonderful, and you never want to let them go. But maybe they're coming into your life. Well, it is. The person that comes into your life, whoever it is, they're there for this long, however long it takes for you to learn the lessons that you came here to learn. And so you've got to look at everything as an opportunity in that perspective that, hey, we probably made this deal back up there at that cosmic bus stop. And since, we can't remember all the spiritual things and who we are, we have remnants of it, and we have feelings. Just like I said, when I meet somebody, I pretty much know. I'm pretty good at knowing right away whether or not I want to be around this person or I don't want to be around this person. You just have that spidey sense. That's you. That's your remnant, memory. I shouldn't even say that. That's what you carry through you at the spiritual level. And that's reacting. It knows the frequencies. But everybody who comes into your life teaches you a lesson. They're there to teach you something, and you're here to learn it and accept that. You're here to learn it because if you put it in the perspective of that, I am here to fine-tune my spirit. I am here to help my soul to ascend and become better and learn the lessons that need to be learned. I need to love. I need to hate. I need to experience, grief. I need to experience charity. I need to experience all these different ranges of emotions because it makes the soul more complete. And I don't know how many times we need to do it before the soul is complete. But at some point, you may get to that level to where it's like, okay, I'm done. It may take thousands of years. Okay, I'm complete. And I don't need to do it anymore. I don't need to take a physical form. I am a spiritual being that is complete. Maybe we're never complete, and it goes on, and we just get better and better. You hear old souls, they've been around, and then young souls that they don't seem like they know anything. They're not in tune with anything. They're looking at phones all the time. They don't have a clue, it appears, on the surface. However, that might be their lesson. That is part of their journey. And I don't know where they're at in the stage, but you kind of feel it. So have grace, have mercy, have love. That's the most important thing. You got whole religions based on love, and that's it. Just love. Just love. No matter what happens, forgive, love, and move on. And take that learning and tweak that soul with it as you go forward, because those people are there for a reason. They're there to help you, even when they hurt you on the surface. They're there to help you. There to help you. You go back to the movie Signs, the driver who was M. Night Shyamalan, the one that hits Mel Gibson's wife. He didn't know why it happened. Didn't make any sense why it happened. But what he did unfolded into a bigger picture that it was an act of necessity almost, so that everyone could grow and learn and the problem could get resolved. And you don't know, even if you're playing a role to where you've done harm to someone, maybe that actually did them a great benefit in the long run. And so you have to forgive yourself, and you have to love yourself, because maybe you were just playing a role that you didn't even have an understanding of. All right, I'm way out there in the cosmos. The cosmic bus stop. I guess that's what the title is today. Catching a ride on the cosmic bus stop. Catching a ride at the cosmic bus stop. That shout out goes to the lovely Litecoin Lisa. It's a story, and we'll probably talk about it on Happy Hour today a little bit. We've done it many times before, but I really believe that that's the only way for me to express what I think is happening here. And so when people say enjoy the show, yeah, enjoy the show, because that's what this is. We're just expressing, feeling, absorbing, learning, or on the stage. And you know, you don't have that perspective unless you take a larger view. And if you think this is it, maybe it is. And you just die and you rot. Maybe that's it. I don't believe that, because if I can have those thoughts in that conversation, then there's something greater going on. You just open yourself up to it, and you allow yourself to absorb, you allow yourself to experience, and you look for the reasons, not necessarily knowing the reasons, but know that there is a reason for everything that happens. There are no coincidences. So as you go through the day, you see a rainbow, take note of it. You read a word and somebody else says the word at the same time while you're looking at it, take note of it. I mean, there are signs everywhere. There are no coincidences. There are no accidents at all. All right, hope to see you on Happy Hour today. It's probably going to be around, as usual, 5:30-ish Central Time on the lovely Litecoin Lisa's YouTube channel. The link is below in the description. Go subscribe to her channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified. And it's always a good time. We love engaging with the community and everybody, you know, all our friends, our family. And a lot of them are going to be here in 2 weeks, and I hope to see some new faces. Go to my website, clintwestwood.net, for the details, and come to the meetup. And it's, you know, like I said, it's just a free open meetup at a bar restaurant in Metamora, Illinois. It's got the details there on clintwestwood.net. Big link at the top, Happy Hour Roadshow Tour 2025, whatever it says. I don't even know. Click on it and you'll get the details. Hope to see you there. Trust your instincts. Trust your intuition. It's coming from a very deeper, eternal source. It really is. Trust yourself. All right. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. And, you know, get out there and fine-tune that soul. All right. Have a great Friday.